Tim Walz is now caught in what seems like a never-ending political storm about so many things, from his radical stance on abortion to signing a bill in 2023 that makes it a gross misdemeanor to say what officials would deem as misinformation about voting 60 days before an election that carries up to 1 year in prison. They would take your freedom away if they can successfully spin your words into misinformation. It's crazy. But now a controversial photo has resurfaced that lends credence to a video where Walz claimed he served in war when he did not. We're going to expose a potential career-ending deception here. It's just hard to imagine that Kamala Harris's people didn't do a better job at vetting the Minnesota governor. Or did they? Let's get into it. Welcome back, guys, to the channel where we unravel the truth behind political headlines. Today, we're getting into a scandal involving Minnesota Governor Tim Walz. A newly discovered photo might just spell the end of his political career, as it raises some serious questions about his past claims. Now, this isn't your average political hiccup. We're talking about a photo taken way back in 2004 during an anti-George W. Bush protest in Minnesota. And guess who's holding a protest sign reading "Enduring Freedom Veterans for Curry"? None other than Tim Walz. Now, here's the thing. Walz never served in Operation Enduring Freedom, and that's a fact. Michael Brodkorb captured the photo on August 4th, 2004, as Walz protested outside a Bush campaign rally in Mankato, Minnesota. But Walz has long painted himself as a veteran of Operation Enduring Freedom. Now, fast forward to the present, and it's been confirmed. Walz was never deployed to Afghanistan. His service was mostly in Italy, supporting NATO forces, with no action in the Middle East at all. According to the Washington Free Beacon, this revelation pulls the rug from under his claims. All right, so a 2000 video shows Walz on C-SPAN claiming, "I deployed in support of Operation Enduring Freedom," while his battalion actually provided base security in Europe, far from the fields of Afghanistan. Give it a watch.
What's your background, and how did somebody from Nebraska end up in Minnesota?
Yeah, well, my wife's from Minnesota, so she took me there. Actually, it was based on the educational system in Minnesota was one that we kind of aspired to teach in. So I ended up in southern Minnesota. My wife's been there for many generations.
And your military background?
I spent 24 years in the National Guard, some of that full-time. I was an artilleryman. I deployed in support of Operation Enduring Freedom. My battalion provided base security throughout the European theater from Turkey to England in the early stages of the war in Afghanistan. And that same battalion is now in Iraq at this time.
Okay, so he was honest there in saying that he was deployed to Europe and that his people, his battalion, supported those who were going to fight in Afghanistan for Operation Enduring Freedom. So then why was he holding up a sign in 2004 claiming he was an Operation Enduring Freedom veteran for John Curry? But then it gets better. Iraq War veteran David Thull confronted Walz's staff back in 2009, armed with facts and accusations. He warned that Walz's falsehoods could be considered a breach of the Stolen Valor Act, which might just lead to some legal consequences. Jail time, anyone? It's absurd, Rich. Democrats are not held to the same standard of laws that everyone else is, right? Here, let's play the video. I'm not going to play the whole thing. It's 6 minutes long, but you're going to get the gist of what's going on here.
Hi, Rick. I'm Dave Thull. How you doing?
Nice to meet you, Dave.
There's a young lady in the other office that was helping us, but if you can,
You guys want to come in and have a seat?
sure. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Yeah, have a seat.
I am Dave Thull. This is Travis Cleveland. We're both constituents, and we're both Iraq War vets. We served together with the Minnesota National Guard. So we're here on a.
Remember, Walz retired pretty much on the eve that he was to deploy with his men to Iraq.
Veteran-related issue. I don't know if you are familiar with this picture at all. This was taken in 2004 here in Mankato, and it's actually been...
It's the photo I've been showing.
...quite some time, and nobody quite realized what it is. But in this picture, Congressman Walz here is holding a sign that says "Enduring Freedom Veterans for Care." So tell me what your understanding of his military background is.
Yeah, I understand that that he was called up in support of it. obviously in support of that operation. That's how I've always understood it. And so the time that he,
So why is he holding the sign?
I guess I've always referred to it as, he was called up and served in support of Operation Enduring Freedom.
Okay, so is there any question in your mind what Enduring Freedom is?
No.
Okay, so I guess most people, and you yourself included, would associate Enduring Freedom with Afghanistan, right?
Right, but
Okay.
I mean, I think
And there you go. Think about it, guys. The point the guy's trying to make, that Thul was trying to make, is that you don't hold a sign up saying that you were an enduring freedom soldier who supports John Kerry, because that gives people the image that he served in Afghanistan in combat. And he didn't. He wasn't even close to it. And guys, it doesn't stop there. Walz has also been caught claiming he carried weapons of war in war despite never having been deployed to a combat zone. The deception just keeps unraveling, doesn't it? It seems like Walz has been playing a game of make-believe, but the jig is up. Give it a watch.
Hope woke up like many of you did 5 weeks ago and Dad said, Dad, you're the only person I know who's in elected office. You need to stop what's happening with this. I'll take my kick in the butt for the NRA. I spent 25 years in the Army and I hunt. And I gave the money back, and I'll tell you what I have been doing. I've been voting for common sense legislation that protects the Second Amendment, but we can do background checks. We can do CDC research. We can make sure we don't have reciprocal carry among states.
Listen.
And we can make sure that those weapons of war that I carried in war is the only place where
That I carried in war. Now, that's what he said. In military circles, what Walz did was called stolen valor, and it's a big deal. It's not just some little white lie. It's a slap in the face to those who actually served in combat. So what does this mean for Tim Walz? Will he face any repercussions, or will this just be another forgotten political scandal? Well, look, we're not naive here. We know nothing's going to happen to him because he's got a little D next to his name. But will there be repercussions he's going to have to face from the voters? I certainly hope so. All right, thanks for watching. Subscribe and hit the notification bell if you want to be kept up to date with all the latest political drama and the truth behind it. I'll see you in the next one. Spread the word.
Too many secrets, too many closed doors, we're sick to cover-ups. We're sick of the cover-ups, want the truth and nothing more. To fail, spend a lipstick.